Stop villainizing social media. Maybe the issue isn't social media. Maybe it's you or the way you choose to use it. The number of people who complain about social media yet refuse to take accountability for how they interact with it is mind-blowing. If you think social media is so toxic, instead of endlessly complaining, permanently delete your account. Quit the deactivating nonsense. Stop lurking, watching stories, judging, blaming others or the platform. That's a you problem. Or here's another amusing one: sharing posts promoting a private life on social media. A site meant for people to be public and social, while you, the criticizer, has a social media account. If you care so much about a private life and are criticizing others for what they post, why are you on social media? Permanently close your account and go live your private life. Stand by your words. Don't just talk about it, be about it. You are trying to spread a message that you yourself are not even practicing. It makes no sense to have a social media account and criticize others for not living a private life. The concept of social media is not meant for privacy. Come on now. If you're making assumptions about people's lives based on what they post, again, that's not on them. It's your responsibility to manage your own triggers, emotions, and mental state. Instead of lashing out or comparing, take ownership of your experience. Adjust your perspective. You're not exposing social media. You're exposing yourself. Let's be clear. The key words here are accountability and mindset. Blaming social media when you bring a toxic mindset or toxic behavior to the table, that's next level denial, and it's absurd. Try self-reflection. Maybe what you need is not a social media detox. Maybe you need a reality check. People are allowed to post, period. Posting is literally the point of social media. If someone shares photos, dances, or dresses in a way that makes you uncomfortable, whether they're shaking their booty or showing more skin than you'd ever post yourself, it's time to ask yourself why. That discomfort often has nothing to do with them and everything to do with you. Maybe it's rooted in insecurity or a lack of confidence. Maybe deep down you wish you had the freedom or self-assurance to post the very things you criticize. Or maybe you were raised in a strict conservative or religious household where expression like that was judged, policed, or labeled as wrong. And therefore, you adopted these beliefs and project and or impose them on others. Stop. Stop the foolishness. If that's how you want to live and that's how you feel, keep it towards yourself. Other people don't have to live or think like you. They also don't need your negative judgments because that makes you look bad, not them. So look, listen, whatever the reason, understand this. Your personal discomfort is not someone else's responsibility. Their confidence doesn't take away from your worth, but your judgment might reveal where you still have healing to do. Oh, and I'm not done yet. Let's address those who speak negatively about social media and those who use social media. You don't look wise by belittling others just because you don't post often or at all, or only share curated content. That kind of passive judgment, like calling someone's outfit or behavior too much or not classy, is nothing more than a false sense of superiority in disguise. Let's be clear, choosing to engage with social media differently, meaning you don't actually use it the way it was designed, then having the nerve to look down on others, I mean, who are you fooling? Because it's not the people that are actually using it the way it's supposed to be used. Now, you choosing to engage in social media in that kind of way does not make you more refined than others. Listen here, you're making yourself look like a fool. If anything, those comfortable to freely be themselves and post whatever they want are liberated from worrying about what others will think of their posts. But thinking your way is the way or the only way, that's ego. Instead, maybe you want to reflect on this. Why are you uncomfortable with someone else's confidence, creativity, or joy? Why do you feel compelled to judge or shame it? Why do you feel the need to monitor or criticize people posting on a website that's made for sharing and posting? Chances are it stems from your own insecurities, limiting beliefs, or how you were conditioned to view self-expression. That's not their burden, that's yours. Let's address all those beautiful couples. If your partner has a problem with you and the way you use social media, that's not a social media issue. That's a relationship issue. If you're not allowed to post what you want, or you delete your account, or suppress your activity by avoiding liking certain posts, pages, or following certain people just to dodge an argument, you are not protecting your relationship. You are walking on eggshells in a toxic dynamic you have chosen to tolerate. Let's be honest, that's not love, that's control. There's nothing cute, loving, or protective about statements like, for example, I don't want people seeing my partner like that. I wouldn't want others desiring what's mine. Those are not signs of deep care. They are red flags rooted in insecurity, possession, and projection. Often people who say things like that are revealing their own inability to manage lust, jealousy, or trust, so they assume everyone else is as out of control as they are. And then you end up suffering for that. That prevents you from living authentically and doing the things you want to do and being yourself. Why would you want to put yourself through that? When you can be in a situation that's built on love and trust. So stop the foolishness. Whether you're a guy or a girl and you find yourself saying those things or thinking that way, stop making your partner suffer for your problems of manipulating and controlling your partner just because you feel insecure and you have inner work to do. You can disguise it all you want, but all of that falls under the category of abuse. That means you are an abusive person. You are a toxic person. And I don't know about you, but why would you want to live your life being that way? I mean, look, we can't help the things that we may have learned along the way or the trauma that we experienced that may have brought us to a place where we have toxic behaviors. That's not necessarily the bad part. The bad part about it is when you're noticing a negative pattern within yourself and you're hurting other people, especially people that you claim to love or people that love you. Do better. There's no time that's better to make a change than today. Social media is not the enemy. It's not perfect just like everything else, but it is just exposing the cracks that already exist in your life choices and or in your relationship. You can blame the platform all you want. You can criticize it, avoid it, or try to control it. But displacing your emotions and criticizing other people on the platform will not change the deeper reality that you are in a relationship where control, fear, or insecurity is running the show. And that is what needs to be addressed. But social media is fake. Listen, that's only partly true. Just like real life, there's fake and real, superficial and genuine, good and bad. If you're comparing yourself and feeling inadequate, consider reframing your mindset. Can you start to see posts and people sharing the good moments in their lives as inspiration instead of competition? Can you be happy for someone without tearing yourself down? Can you view happiness on social media without creating false narratives of trying to justify or excuse that, oh, that must be fake, or people can't be that happy, a couple can't be that happy, there must be something behind it, and always trying to find something negative? Understand this: as much as there may be some people who post fake stuff, is just as much as a reality that some people post real and genuine stuff. Some people are exactly like what they portray themselves to be, and then some people, you'll meet them in real life and are nothing like the things they post. It's not any different in the real world, even if you don't have social media. Some people are all talk, and then when it comes down to being a good person or the way they treat other people or being there when you might need them, they're not. These kinds of things happen in the real world too, not just in the digital world, which is also a part of the real world. It's just a mere reflection of the way people are in real life. Realistically, comparison happens everywhere, not just online. So blaming social media is just deflecting from the deeper issue, how you choose to internalize what you see. If you are the type of person that is not confident with yourself and your life and doesn't understand that you are way better off being happy for others rather than comparing, and instead using what you see that excites you as inspiration to improve your life in your own unique way, you're still going to see people in real life that look fit, they have great personalities, they're glowing, they're radiating, they're smart, multi-talented, multi-gifted, they have a beautiful house, a beautiful, healthy, solid relationship. You're going to see these things in real life too. So it's not going to be any different than you scrolling on social media and seeing some of these things there. The problem is not what you're seeing. If you're internalizing that and feeling bad about it, this is something within you that you have to work on. You have to build yourself up and intentionally take the actions that's going to help you to learn to love and accept yourself and your life the way that it is. And if there's anything that you do have the power to change in your life, then you take those steps to make those changes, put in the work, and eventually you will get the results the way other people have. The way other people that you may be admiring or be jealous of. The worst thing you can do is to not realize that you are projecting and you're being jealous of other people. And then the thing is, with your projecting, that's just a form of like trying to punish other people for your insecurities, which is pretty nuts. You really have to be open and honest with yourself, disconnect from everything, and take that time to really reflect on yourself and your feelings, and learn to regulate your emotions, be more in touch with your emotions, and have better control and management of your emotions in a positive way. It will give you a much better life. And the people around you will notice and appreciate this type of growth. It's available and accessible to everyone. I mean, there's so much knowledge out there, books, audiobooks, libraries, YouTube, going to therapy, getting a coach, and even if you may not have the money to do certain things that you want to do, just put it on, like, make a little list that's like a wants list, or things that you want to improve within yourself, and just take baby steps. Do what you can do right now with what you have. The better you get at doing that, doors will open. Things will become possible that you didn't think were possible before. And then you'll be able to do even more and maybe tap into more and work with certain people that you feel really align with where you want to go in life. Next one, stop gossiping and start communicating. If you're confused by someone's posts or the things that you see they like, ask them directly. Don't speculate, gossip, or spread misinformation. But remember that no one owes you explanations for how they choose to express themselves. If their joy or freedom bothers you, it's time to examine your own values and emotional maturity. You don't know the specific reasons behind what people choose to post or what they choose to like, but to make assumptions and things like, oh wow, I thought that person was going through this, so why are they like smiling or dancing or looking like they're happy or having fun online? They must not be suffering. Listen here. Just because someone is going through a traumatic experience does not mean that they are not allowed to have moments of joy. They could have other moments during the day where they are suffering and they're sad or they're crying or are losing sleep and struggling. People are allowed to have that, and without being criticized for it or feeling like, oh yeah, I don't believe them. I don't believe that they're going through a hard time. Who are you? I've heard people say this about other people, and again, it makes you look bad. Envy is your responsibility. If you find yourself constantly analyzing, judging, or ignoring someone on social media, and what I mean by that is hate following them, because in a way, you love them so much, or you love what they post, you love something about them, so you follow them, but then you don't like or engage with anything, and seeing their posts gives you mixed feelings where you love it, but you hate it at the same time. That just means you're jealous. You're jealous or envious. And you need to recognize that within yourself. If you want to improve yourself or the quality of your life, spending years and years living like that is not doing you or anybody else any good. You may need to pause and take a step back, because that emotional energy is a signal to do some inner work. Not to spend more time obsessing over others. Use that discomfort to guide you toward your growth, not projection. Blaming social media when you bring a toxic mindset or toxic behaviors to the table is absurd. Take ownership of your experience and adjust your perspective. And for the love of God, stop villainizing social media and those who use it. Instead, start working on yourself. Remember, social media can provide powerful tools for connection, education, creativity, and community. Everyone is at liberty to choose whether they want to use social media or set their social media to reflect the type of content they wish to see. I periodically and regularly organize my social media in that I make sure that all the things that I see on my newsfeed align with my values. And for me, for example, I value education. I value mental health. I love things like dancing, nature, travel, and of course, some humor and laughter in there. So when I scroll, that's the type of stuff that I see. It's called a news feed. So if you think about it, it is feeding your mind, your mental health, your psychology. It's feeding you whatever you allow it to feed you. So make it good stuff. Make it stuff that's gonna help you grow and learn, or things that are just gonna help you to decompress, or a combination of these things. Remember, you have the power to change. You have the power to change many things in your life. And it's always the same thing that, look, the things that you don't have the power to change, only thing you can do is change your perspective or your outlook. Now, I guarantee you, when you do this, it will change your life. It will open up so many doors to new possibilities and things that you never thought possible. And whatever your dreams, hopes, and desires, you will get even more than that when you put in the work and start from the inside. Do that, you will radiate nothing but goodness to other people and in other places. Of course, every once in a while, you're going to encounter miserable people, but you are mostly going to start radiating and attracting better quality people, which is going to give you a better quality life. So stop. Stop being miserable. Stop blaming other things and other people. always, always start within. Look within and work on yourself.